Then guys, just a quick update. Let's see what we're looking for. So this is something that we do all the time at the Trading Guys. We do lives. Nobody's jumped on. It could be that they're at work, but if there's any live trading, then we do live trading. And in times like this, when there's no live trading, I do kind of live education setups, if you wish. Hold on. Sorry, that was off. Need to put it back on. And we've just been monitoring the news. So fundamentals is a major method of which I trade. Okay, that's what determines what I'm going to trade, and it's what determines why I'm going to take a trade. You know, if you ask many people, you may say, "Oh, why are you trading GJ pound yen?" They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I like it. It gives big moves." Well, that isn't a reason to fucking trade it, is it? You need a fundamental reason. On pound, this is just examples. This is not the direct figures. This is examples. Retail sales are up. Employment is up. Unemployment is down. Mortgage loans are up. PPI is up. CPI is up. All of these things are great for the economy, so therefore pound would be very strong. Japanese yen, employment is down. Unemployment is up. Average earnings are down. Retail sales are down. All these things are bad for the economy. So it'd be like, okay, Japanese yen is weak. Okay, that's just an example. So then you know that when you go on GG as a pair, you are only looking for buys. You are not going to sell that in a million years. Why would you sell a strong currency against a weak currency? It makes absolutely no sense, right? You can't just trade something because you like it or it gives you big moves. There has to be a fundamental reason behind why you're actually going to take the trade. So we cover it. Every Sunday, I spend hours going through both FOREX Factory and Trading Economics. Both of them are exactly the same. However, Trading Economics gives you far more information and data, and the numbers come in far, far quicker. Okay, let's say it's let's say it's already 7:30 p.m. at night. The minute the clock strikes 7:30, all of these will just light up like a Christmas tree. Like the number will be in. And if you click across to Forex Factory, it will still be rolling around for the next 3 to 5 minutes. So when you get the numbers instantly from Trading Economics, you can enter a trade. If obviously it's the numbers that you want to see, you can enter a trade right away. Last night I done exactly the same thing with the guys. Where are we? Let's have a look. It was Tuesday, wasn't it? Last night we were on a live waiting for the PMI numbers, and I said to the guys, if PMI numbers come in strong, i.e. above 52, we are entering buys on USD CAD. If they do not come in strong, if they come in weak, we are not entering, and if they come in mixed, i.e. one's good, one's bad, one's good, one's bad, etc., we're also not entering. They all have to come in strong, and then we're going to enter buys. They didn't come in strong. They came in, well, you have to put it into context, right? They came in lower than previous and also lower than forecasted, which shows a slight decline, okay? But it does not mean the US dollar is weak, okay? The reason is because it's still, even though it came in lower, the previous was 52.1 and it came in at 50.9, which is less, it's still growth, okay? It's smooth, mild growth. Why? Because it's above 50. Okay, anything from 50 upwards is growth. No matter if it's less, it came in less. That just shows it's came in less, lower than before. So what you will get here is you get short-term movement, against the USD, but it's not overall. The long term, the big picture is still growth, okay, because it's still 50. Anything from 50 and above is growth. Anything from 40 and below is bearish. Now, this one here, which is manufacturing, is bearish. It came in lower, showing bearish, but you have to put it into context. The USA is not a massive manufacturing type country, right? China is. So when it comes to China's data, you want to focus on manufacturing. You want to see services as well, but you want to focus on the manufacturing numbers, right? When it comes to the USA, when it comes to the UK and so on, you want to focus on services because we are service providing countries, okay? Both are important in their own way, but for certain countries, Some of them you want to focus on manufacturing, China, Japan, Germany, and others, Euro, USD, Pound Sterling, you want to focus on services. Okay, that's what really matters for these pairs. So that's just a brief introduction. All right, so we go through this. I cover all this on a Sunday, and then what I do is I jump across here where it says, where are we? There's that many bloody options here. Swing trade setups. Here we go. And I give everyone my setups for what trades we are looking for, what we're looking to see. Okay. And then what happens is when the market comes back up to the areas that we want to see, like I'll show you here. Now, look, when the market comes down to these areas, I will jump on a live and I'm like, right, we're just about to take this long. So you can see here, everything has to be in context. Like I said, this is a main area of volume. You can tell that again by when you do the fixed range volume indicator, fixed price range volume indicator. And that shows you where the main volume kicked in, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to go there. It could come here and fly. However, you have to wait for fundamental news, right? So right now, this is an A zone where you could trade it as a buy, but I'm not going to. I believe it can push down here. Even though it's coming up just now in the 4 hour, doesn't really mean it's going to. This here is the best area of value. If we jump across to the daily, it might even be, yeah, there we go. It's far better area, okay? This could just be a small pull up and then come back down. This is the area, as you can see, I've already wrote my preferred entry, all right? And then we're going to enter on the 4 hour. This is, which pair is this? What pair is this? USD CAD. So what you'll see is we've got loads of news coming up tomorrow and so on. However, the one that we really care about is, where are we? Should be on here. It's PCE, I believe. I don't know why it's not shown. Oh, we want to see unemployment claims, advanced GDP, want to see that. Pending home sales. There is PCE here. I know there is. I've already seen it. Let's have a look. Maybe it's some trading economics, because this is better. Mortgage rates, blah, blah, blah. Durable. Sure, it's on Friday. Let me have a look, lads. Is that much? GDP price index, quarter and quarter, we want to see that. That's good. Initial jobless claims, we want to see that. Retail inventories, yep. These are all good things for the economy. Well, good things for us to trade. We have to see where the hell is it. There we go, PCE. See, this is far better than Forex Factory. I couldn't even see it on Forex Factory there. Friday at 7:30. So yeah, that's what we really want to see, especially the year on year. Okay, so what does that mean? That means in terms of this pair, I'm not touching it until Friday. I don't care if this flies right now. You know, there's always going to be another entry when it comes to trading. All right. Entering a trade is like waiting for a bus. If you miss the bus, you're not stuffed. There's going to be another bus 15 minutes later. Okay, and that's where many people fail, because the candle will start flying, you get FOMO, and yeah, you just blow your account. Okay. So I'm really waiting for this to come down here. Does it mean it's going to? No, it doesn't. But you know, I've been doing this a long time now, and I'm waiting to see. The other option is if it doesn't come down here, it could break above, come back, retest, reject. PCE news comes in strong, and this will then fly, at which point we'll enter. And I enter using trading economics because the numbers come instantly. And it's just very, very useful. You can enter it. You'll see in trading economics, if you enter on the news instantly, the market will start to move once the numbers are finally released on things like Forex Factory, because everybody sees it, right? Not everybody really knows about trading economics, and neither did I. It was my friend Dan over at FX1 that put me onto this, which I'm very grateful for. It's a great tool. So yeah, that's it, lads. Most of the pairs, someone's just joined the live there. Let's have a look. Aiden, no worries. I'm actually recording this live, so don't worry if you're on it. No worries, mate. I'm just really getting through the pairs, and I thought I'll just. So this is one of our subscribers, guys. He's jumped on the 3-month trial, fairly new to us, and we're just really running through it. Last night, Aiden was on the live when we went to potentially trade US. What was it again? We went to trade last night. AUD CAD or USD CAD? USD CAD, I think it was, and we never took it, because the numbers were lower than anticipated, all right? So we just didn't take it. as I explained to the guys last night, it's very important when news comes that before the news hits, you already have a plan for what you're going to do, right? So, for example, I said to the guys last night on the live, if these numbers come in higher than 52, we are instantly entering buys on this. However, if they come in mixed or if they come in lower, we are not taking sales, even although you will see the market move down. And that's exactly what happened, Aidan, right? We did see it. The numbers came in lower. We did see the market start coming down, and we just are not entering sales because overall, it's only short-term strength based on those numbers. But overall, USD is strong and Canadian dollar is absolutely shit. So you would never enter sales on that pair unless you're not a fundamental trader and you're just flipping a coin in the air. What have we got here? AUD Japanese yen. Great entry here if you caught it. We never caught it. Actually, this was when the whole Israeli-Iran kicked off, right? And the market went from being risk on to risk off. So that flew and never caught it. And the reason why we didn't enter after that was simply because you need to wait for the market to go back to being risk on to then get the strength again from the AUD. And I hadn't noticed if it was risk on or risk off yet, okay? If you're wondering what that means, it's a whole new lesson on its own, so I'm not going to bother getting into it just now. Here we have AUD USD, which I'm looking to sell. The AUD is doing very well now. It's doing very well. It has some nice strength, but when you compare the two pairs, the USD is far, far stronger. Okay, so what we want to see now, you might say, right, are we going to enter? You could enter now with your stop loss, above here, or if you want it far away, above here. However, I'm not, and I've said to the guys, don't enter. Pardon me. I'm simply waiting for, where the hell is it? These PCE numbers. So 7:30 on Friday. I never trade Fridays, so the chances that I'm probably going to miss this are high. If I'm at home, I will jump on a live and I'll potentially take it just because of what it is. It's PC and we've been waiting for it to come back and retrace and hit this area for ages. I've had this marked up since it broke this area. Okay. If you're wondering, Ryan, how do you know to mark that area up? We cover it all in the trading guides. I'll show you briefly. You just look for an area of imbalance, or some people call it an order block imbalance. So you can see it's hit each time here when we've hit it. This is one here, and this is the next area. So you can see it came in beautifully into this area, and then we go into the H4 to look for our entries. Okay, that's it. Another pair that we've done, a lot of them are quite rubbish just now, but another pair that we've done, and we did get this trade. The imbalance marking up is the same on all time frames, all right? It doesn't matter. I don't like using the lower time frames, but I'll explain what happened here. When the market came back around to this area here that we'd already marked up, I jumped on a live, and it was the same idea. I said, because New Zealand dollar is the base currency, right, i.e. the currency at the front, and then you get the secondary currency at USD, whichever one's at the front is called the base currency. Because New Zealand dollar was the base currency, this move here was, I believe it was news. Have I got a chat here? Let me just see. I think I've got a call out. Yes, there we go. I already marked it up. I like to mark it up to remind me what made the market move here. USD CPI was strong, and that made it absolutely melt. That was unemployment PPI and core CPI that gave the second push. Okay, so it's quite good. I like to mark this up so that you can put it in your journal. Why did the market move? So I done a live. Only one of the lads jumped on the live. It was Chris. He's been with us for a while now. And I was like, Chris, if USD numbers come in strong, we're going to enter sales right away because that's going to pull the NZD down. And if it comes in weak, we are not entering buys because overall NZD is weak as piss and USD is very strong. So what it would do is if the numbers for USD came in weak, all it would do at that point is give you, a kind of big push with a candle up, but then the next day it's just going to start melting again. Okay, so you just you need to have a game plan before you get into it. Anywho, we did enter this as soon as the numbers came up on Trading Economics. We entered this, absolutely melted, came back up, and when it came here, I re-entered again. Now you may say, well, that doesn't look like a kind of area of this part here doesn't look like an area of imbalance. Like, how did you find that? All I'd done was I jumped down 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 until I found an area of imbalance. I marked it up. and I jumped in. Where did I find it? There it is right here. Bang. I marked this area up. And then when I came to the 4 hour, this was it right here. And we just jumped in. As soon as this blue candle closed here, we jumped in that trade right away. And a lot of the lads copied me. Lee Ryback copied me. I think Mass Chris jumped in again, and a couple of the other lads jumped in. So we caught this trade twice and scaled in, right? Still looking to take this going short. As you can see here, the candles are below the 200 EMA. That's another kind of confluence indication that you are looking for sells. Okay, you can't just base it on that, but it's good enough to give you an instant without. If you forget what the news, excuse me, and data is all about, then you can quickly have a glance and be like, right, candles are below the 200. Perfect. I'm looking for shorts. It's just a quick reminder. Okay, but you know, if you want to really learn this game, you need to really learn about fundamental data. I could tell you the status of every single currency pair right now, as in streams, Euro, Canadian, USD, GBP, and it's not. I don't have some kind of brain for data. It sounds difficult, and at the very beginning, maybe your first kind of 8 weeks when you're doing it, it is difficult because you're just getting filled with all this knowledge and information. And like everybody else, including myself, I used to say, "Fuck, I'm never going to remember this." And you do remember it because you cover it every week, and you start to piece together where things are in the market. All right, but it does take time. It does take work. I won't bore you with the rest of the pairs. Let's just have a quick look. This is just shit. It's just ranging, so I'm not interested. Pound, Aussie dollar would be nice for buys. There we go. I've already marked that up. That's what I want to see. Hit in here. It's just ranging at the moment. I don't like it ranging. I'd like to see it pull down here, reject, and then fly. I would be happy to enter. Canadian pound, it's just ranging. You see that? I don't like trading ranges. I prefer to trade trends. Okay, I don't bother trading ranges, but it would be buys because the pound is strong. Well, the pound is now sitting at neutral, right? It's came out of strong and it's sitting at neutral, so it's neither strong and neither weak at the moment. I've done that. GBP NZD, that's definitely buys. Pound, in comparison to the NZD, NZD is weak as piss. Pound is strong in terms of those two currency pairs when you put it into context. So you would never sell this pair in a million years. It's a buy all day long. Just because you see this coming down, ignore it. That all is the market coming back to get in at a better price, so all the big boys can enter better positions and get a better price for going long. The banks aren't going to enter hundreds of millions of dollars here at the worst possible price because it just doesn't make sense. I won't bore you with explaining it because that's another lesson on its own, but you get the point, right? If you go to a car dealership, you're not just going to walk in and the salesman is, he's a fucking snake, because they all are in car sales, and you're not going to accept the first offer he gives you. Okay, I'll give you that for $7,000. You'll be like, nah, mate, I'll do 5.5, and you haggle with him, right? Because you want the best price, you want the best deal. It's no different from trading. That's a good way to look at it. Pound USD. Pound is now neutral. You'll see here, look, they were ranging, right? Because they were both roughly the same. Both of them were strong, so that's why it's like to me, to you, to me, to you, and it says okay, just walk away from that pair. But now pound has now broken away from being strong with fundamental data. Employment being lower. Employment used to be high, now it's low. Unemployment used to be low, now it's high, and all these kind of things. Okay, these all affect it. So now it's not quite weak, but it has slipped away from being strong to now being neutral. Okay, USD is still strong, so all you're waiting for now is a good price to sell. That is not a good price because it's super low. So you either want to wait for it to come back here or come back here. Areas of value, right? And then you can use your Fibonacci if you want. Drag it down. An area of value is anything above the 50. So it could be here. Could absolutely come back here. I'll mark it up now. Just make this little order block. All right. Or obviously this is the best price, but you may not get that. So what would happen is you have to put everything together, right? If this comes up to here, rejects on the 200, and then you look and there's news, and the news numbers come in strong for either USD, or if it's pound news and pound news comes in weak, then that's going to absolutely melt. You'll see it time and time again. Once you know how to do fundamentals, you'll just be like, it's game over. I'm telling you. But most people don't like to learn fundamentals because it's a lot of hard work. That's just the way it fucking is. But you could enter both these areas here, melt, or here, melt. This is the better price. This is an even better price, but it's more unrealistic that it's actually going to come here, and it's going to take a very long time to get here. All right, that's just the way it is. So what's going to happen now? Not what's going to happen next month or in 2 months, which is probably here. What's going to happen now? Well, it's probably going to come here, the closest, or here. All right, and that's how you can kind of look at it. USD CAD. So this is 1,000,000% buys. USD is still strong. Canadian dollar is weak as piss. However, you may get slight pullbacks because we've just had that little scuffle between Iran and Israel. And what happens is when that happens, the markets change from risk on to risk off. Gold goes up, USD goes up, oil goes up, okay? Bonds go up and stuff. So when oil goes up, it gives this little bit of false strength to the Canadian dollar. And people think, oh, Canadian dollar's flying. No, Canadian dollar's not flying. Oil's flying. And it's just pulling Canadian dollar with it. Canadian dollar is lower than snake shit right now, okay? So you would never buy that pair, you'd never buy that currency, sorry. You'd never do buys on Canadian dollar in a million years. But you need to kind of look for the correlation where you're happy and you see that, oh, right, oil is here and it's now coming down for a retracement, showing some weakness. Then you could enter Canadian USD CAD, what do you call it? Buys, yeah. And that's exactly what we're looking for, okay? I would prefer to see it come down here. So I'm not going to bother entering this. But as you can see, another quick confluence. Candles are above the 200 EMA on the higher time frames, not the lower, on the higher. And that's it. So what I would like to see now is, you get a bit of this dancing around. PCE numbers come in positive, and that will just go fuck off. And it'll just absolutely fly. I never trade Fridays or Mondays. If I'm at home this Friday, I'll probably jump on. If I'm not and I miss the trade, I honestly don't care because trading is about looking at thousands of trades and not looking at making a quick buck. That's all it is. What will happen is if I missed it, all will happen is it will come down here, right? PC numbers great, flies. It's then a shit price to buy. Some other news will come in, which will then ping that down, or oil will go high. It will then pull this down. It will hit an area here of imbalance, and then it will take off again. And that would then become my new entry. Okay, it just means that I didn't get in at the best price, but I still got in at a price. Okay, and that's just how we do it. Yes, you can do limit orders, buy orders, blah blah blah, but I'm not going to bother. I prefer to be here when it's done. This is all. I don't like this. It's all pretty naff. So I just wouldn't bother with it. Oil. Let's see. Oil is in a good area. For buys, as you can see, but I believe this is a kind of fake, so I believe this is going to pull down here, which would tie in perfectly, right? If this starts pulling down to this area here, which I really want to see, I want to see it like this, which means USD CAD would be buys, would be phenomenal buys during this period, and then, once that kind of runs out, what you'll see is oil will hit here. It's a great area to buy oil. Some news will come around. There'll be some fundamental and data-driven reason why this will then take off from here. Obviously, it doesn't just go in a straight line. It's going to be like this, and it'll fly. And that's just what happens. So at that point, you would then obviously close out USD CAD, or at least close positions on it, because the Canadian dollar, although it's not strong, will gain some strength as the price of oil continues to rise. All right? So you need to know the context. British oil is the same. Gold is kind of like a massive buy right now, as you all know. But it's the highest prices I believe it's ever been. Okay, so you would just never buy it right now. I'd be waiting to buy it around about this level. Okay, I wouldn't be buying it. I wouldn't be buying it where it is now. No way. And I wouldn't be selling it because it's just it's suicide, right? Indices they're just the exact same. I'm waiting to see if it hits here. Indices are predominantly buys, right? So they're just always going up. I don't really like to do sells on indices, but I have marked this up because I want to see what happens. If it looks good, I'll take it, It's all about managing your risk. They're all the same. It comes to this area, melts. If you're wondering, Ryan, how do you know, to put it in that area? This is what we teach the trading guys, how you mark it up. It's quite long-winded, that's why I wouldn't go through it now. But yeah, that is it, lads. We do live trading. We don't do it every day because there's not trades every day, right? Sometimes there's an entire week, sometimes there's 10 days where there's just no trades. And the reason why people lose their money in trading is because they don't bother putting in the work. They don't actually want to learn trading. They just want to make a quick buck. That's fine. We give signals and stuff. You can copy our trades. But you're not, the thing is, right? You're not going to get any freedom that way. Like you can copy our trades for the next 3 to 5 years and make plenty of money. And if you look right here, lads, I've already done it this morning. Look, I don't know if you can see this. Lee gave in a trade. There we go. There's something. Look, let me see your blues. Here's Butler. Butler made $263 total this morning. Here's Alex. Alex made, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, $410 just copying our trades this morning. All right. So it's all there to be had. But the point is, we actually want you to learn. You know what I mean? So that, let's say in 5 years' time, Lee and I are like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done. You know, I'm just going to go away and trade myself. But this takes a lot of work putting these kind of groups together, and you have to be on top of the ball and help people all the time, which we're more than happy to do right now. But we may not be happy to do it in 5 years. We might be like, fuck it, time to retire. See you later, right? And at that point, I'd like you guys to be able to go away and do it on your own. That's the main goal, right? So, by all means, you can jump in and join us. You can copy our trades and make money, but the important thing is that you put in the work and you actually learn it, you know. And I do one-to-ones. If anybody is ever off and like, Ryan, can you cover this with me? I don't charge a single penny for one-to-ones. It's all included in the price. Whereas I know many other groups, if you join their group and then you're like, can you do one-to-ones with me? They'll charge you like $200 an hour, and I'm not bullshitting you. You can go and check other groups if you wish. You will see that I'm not bullshitting you. What's this? Oh, yeah, it's Ian just saying but okay, sorry, it's Ian just answering questions to Lee. And that's pretty much it, guys. I use this for my data. So this is obviously fundamental, you know, economical news, and this here is data. Phenomenal piece of kit. I'm not going to use GPY, it's shit pair. What we're looking at, USD or AUD CAD. Let's have a look. So what this does here, it's a great piece of kit. It's called Prime Market Terminal. You can pay a monthly subscription for all different levels. It's not that much. It's like $50, and you get one at like $89 a month. And it's worth its weight in gold. So it gives you ideas on where the market's going. Not ideas. It's based on data. Sorry. DXM means Dumb Money Index. Basically, all retail traders, right? People that are sitting at home that don't take trading seriously and think if they just draw a magical line on the screen that once the market breaks that line, you know, they're gonna be millionaires. It's not how the markets fucking work. I'm sorry to say. So when they're all in sales, right, you want to be doing the opposite of these guys. COT is commitment of traders. Every Wednesday, by law, banks, hedge funds, major institutions are, by law, they have to send in all the trades that they have entered, right? That then gets checked and verified, and then every Friday, that information gets published. And if you have a platform like this, you can see all that data. So what you like to see ideally before you enter a trade is DXM. You want them to be going in the opposite direction. So AUD CAD, I'm looking for buys. So I want DXM to be in sales, which they are, but I also want COT to be in buys, which they are not yet. So what that then tells you is, if I jump across here to AUD CAD, that just confirms to me, is it AUD? Yes, it is. That just confirms to me that we're waiting for a pullback, first of all. So probably, let's have a look, probably pull back down to this area here, right? So what we're looking for is boom, boom, bang, away it goes. What you'll see is COT, commitment of traders, all the big banks, they will continue on sales. They'll start pushing the market down. They may even go like this and pull it a little bit lower. Now, what that does is at this point, you'll see all the retail traders like, oh, it's broken the previous low, it's going to melt. They'll all, you know, double down on the sales. And at that point, when you click on COT, commitment of traders, to view the banks will have switched. This will all become green, and, you know, a tiny little bit will be pink, and the numbers down here will have increased because they would have added to their buy positions. Okay. Now at that point, that's when you enter the market and you follow the banks. I know everyone likes to say we trade like the banks, but nobody can trade like the banks, but you can follow the banks, okay? And if you don't have data like this, it's going to be very freaking hard for you to do so, because this tells you what the banks are in, right? If retailers are in sells and the banks are in buys, and look down here, 76.9% of all traders lose money with this provider. That means pretty much just under 80% of retailers lose their money trading, right? And that's just what happens. So why would you follow 80% of people that lose their money? Okay, you wouldn't. You'd follow the banks, because the banks are the guys who have the money to move the markets. All right. So yeah, quite a long video here, 30 minutes. I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Look, if you want to learn how to trade, when you come on board, all you need to do first of all, right, is you need to get yourself to a level where you know how to place a trade. Once you're at the stage that you just simply know how to place a trade, i.e. by copying, as I don't mean place your own trade, I mean you just simply know how to enter a trade, right? You, at that point, you then just copy our trades and then you make money. While you're making money, then you learn how to do it by yourself by coming through our videos. We'll get everything here. Look, we get signals, look, signals, daily trade updates. We have got beginner videos. We've got swing trade education, extra swing trade, risk management, trade reviews. So every time we give you guys trades, we review it. Was it a win? Was it a loss? If it was a win, why did it win? If it was a loss, why did it lose? And that way you gain more knowledge, right, from every video. Forex trading books, we have mountains of them. Trading psychology, we have fundamentals, blah, blah, blah. Fundamentals here is just me basically talking about the news and stuff, okay? That's pretty much it. Yeah, and then obviously we have a laugh down in the general chat. And like I said, I do live trading. Like I'm doing a video right now, we jump on live. So even if there's trades to take, I'll do a live trading and you can physically copy my trades as I'm about to take them, all right? I give you all the details. And like I said, with my method, because I'm a swing trader, sometimes you're waiting a week and you get 0 trades. Sometimes in a week you get 4 or 5 trades. Sometimes you're even waiting 2 weeks and you're just, you haven't placed a single trade. That's just the way it works, okay? If you're someone that thinks you have to trade every day, you're just going to lose your money because you don't have the patience, all right? That's all it is. But we provide all the information that you need. So if you're willing to learn, we're even putting our money where our mouth is, and we're giving you an entire month completely free. Not even just a week. If we gave you a week free, that could be a good week where we get 2 winning trades and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to join. But then you might have a losing week, which is perfectly normal, right? So we're giving you an entire month so that you can see, you know what, I've been following these guys for a month. It is the real deal. I'm going to join. So you can try it out for free. All right. We're putting our money where our mouth is because we know that what we provide here is good for you guys and you will learn how to trade. All right. So if you want to join, jump on. There will either be a link up above or down below, depending on which social media platform you're looking at. But yeah, let's have a good week. See you soon.